Right now, Delavan man is dead after a motorcycle crash in Johnstown. What we know so far. Also, hundreds are dedicating their time and talents to get back to the Madison community. We'll tell you about the River Food Pantry's mission. Plus, Madison is rebuilding John Nolan between East Lakeside Street and South Broome. We'll tell you what you need to know heading into the work week. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight after the Emmys. I'm Jalen Banks. To our top stories right now, an overnight car chase from Columbia County ended in Madison early this morning. Multiple police departments were on scene once the chase finished. Here you can see a heavy police presence on Wheeler and Gulfview Road near the Cherokee Gardens condominiums. 3 people are believed to be involved as our team reports, and 2 people appearing to be detained, sitting on a curb, and 1 person cuffed with an officer. Officials are unable to confirm any details at this time. A Delavan man is dead after a motorcycle crash in the town of Johnstown. Multiple units reported to East County Highway A, east of North County Highway M, just after 6:30 this morning. The Rock County Sheriff's Office say the man failed to clear a left turn and struck a mailbox and power pole before being thrown from his motorcycle. The man died at the crash site due to his injuries. His identity will be released at a later time. A crash investigation is ongoing. Police say a pedestrian died last night after being hit by a car in the town of Springfield. Officials believe the pedestrian was crossing U.S. Highway 12 near Kickapoo Road when they were hit. They did not survive and authorities declared them dead at the scene. The name of the victim will be released once the family has been notified. Investigation into the incident is ongoing. Now let's go ahead and get a look at your first warn forecast with the meteorologist Blaze Keller. Blaze, it's been a tad warm. What should we expect as we head into the work week?
We're going to continue to sit underneath these warm temperatures as we go through most of next week. Beginning tonight, we're going to hang out in those 60s. We should be about 10 degrees cooler than that, beginning to get more into those low 50s, if not the upper 40s. So on a more mild note tonight, some of us might not even get that far away from 70 up near La Crosse. Everybody should be underneath clear to mostly clear conditions further to the north and east. Watoma, Fond du Lac, as well as the Watertown area. You're going to be dealing with some of that fog as we go into the evening hours. Temperatures at this hour still in the 60s and 70s for most of central and southern Wisconsin. We're beginning to get into those low 60s around Fond du Lac, where that fog is, up towards Sheboygan and Manitowoc in those upper 50s. Everybody else in those either upper 60s to low 70s. Now we put a call on Facebook, and you can take your camera after, of course, you watch the newscast here. Go to where there isn't any visible light to block out the northern lights. This was from Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington out near Mazo this evening. We got the greens and we have the reds, which obviously talk about the different colors that we're seeing. Those greens at least 150 miles above the Earth's surface, and then where these reds are, that's more than 150 miles above the Earth's surface where there's low oxygen. So another nice, very beautiful light show out there. Send any photos either to our Facebook post in the comments or to our website, and then others can see the beautiful light show as well. We're going to take a look at some of those rain chances that we're expecting next week in the full forecast, Jalen. That's coming up in just a few minutes. All
right, we'll see you in just a bit, Blaze. And as always, you can track the forecast for yourself on the First Warn weather app. It is hourly planners, road conditions, and even radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. Exciting news for local artists. The city of Madison is seeking creative minds to transform the State Street Campus Garage with a major public project at the new State Street Campus Garage on North Lake Street. The $320,000 project will feature a site-specific artwork that uses or plays with light, welcoming both community and visitors. Applications are open and are due by 2 p.m. on Thursday, September 25th. Finalists will be announced in October, with the installation expected by 2026. You can also weigh in by taking a short survey on public art ideas. For links to apply or complete the survey, head to thecityofmadison.com. Madison is rebuilding John Nolan between East Lakeside Street and South Broome Street. The first step starts with southbound lanes, with construction starting around the start of October. The whole project is expected to last until 2027 and will rebuild 6 bridges, expand bike and pedestrian paths, upgrade storm sewers, and traffic signals. For phase one lane will stay open in each direction along the causeway. A public information session will be held on the 22nd of this month to talk more about detours and future steps. You can find that on the City of Madison's website. Hundreds of people are dedicating their time and talents to give back to the Madison community. The River Food Pantry gives out millions of free meals every year, but today they ask for your help to support their mission. Our Tanisha Shaw has more.
Wisconsin is no stranger to tailgating, but this tailgate is different.
Couldn't sleep last night anticipating today, and just really all these people, over 250 people coming together today.
Rhonda Adams is the executive director of the River Food Pantry. Adams, alongside 11 chefs and some familiar faces, hosted the Sips and Slices fundraiser for the River Food Pantry, repping their favorite teams and serving their own spin on tailgating classics.
All year long, we're needing money to support the over 4,000 folks that are coming to us every week.
And while all the celebrities and these chefs are here to give back, they made it very clear that these dishes are part of a serious competition.
It's going to set you apart, packing as much flavor into a small bite as you can. I think we did that today.
Our table is going to win because it's one cohesive, flavorful bite that's light but also packs a punch.
Here's how it works. The special guests and chef show off a meal. Then the attendees vote on which is the best. The winner is crowned the 2025 Best Tailgate Slice Award.
Kind of doing a play on a McRib sandwich. I'm calling it the Rib Witch just because I don't want any, don't want to get sued. Basically, we're making everything from scratch, from the bread to the pickles to the meat to the barbecue sauce.
We made Cubanos.
Last year, the River Food Pantry gave away more than 3 million pounds of food. According to their website, that's more than 18,000 people. Adams said the pantry wouldn't be able to tackle food insecurity without the help of the community.
The River has 8 programs to give people greater access to food. And so today, by people coming together, their donations are going to help us with those programs.
Reporting in Madison, Tanisha Shaw, News 3 Now.
Tanisha, thank you. Now, if you weren't able to attend, you can support the River Food Pantry by signing up to volunteer. We'll have a link to that on our website under this story. Coming up next on News 3 Now at 10, Blaze returns with a complete look of your first one forecast. And security concerns rise in the aftermath of the death of Charlie Kirk. What steps people are taking to ensure their safety.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Moving forward.
Thank you for staying with us. In response to the killing of Charlie Kirk, security concerns are growing across the country. In Salt Lake City, police say 2 men were taken into custody in connection with a live bomb that was placed under a news media vehicle. And CBS News has learned that House Democrats are holding a virtual security briefing tonight for members and their spouses. CBS's Willie James Inman is traveling with the president in New Jersey and has the latest details.
This weekend, the White House is asking Congress for $58 million to protect Supreme Court justices and executive branch officials. Speaker Mike Johnson says lawmakers are also reevaluating their security in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death.
Yeah, well, I've been talking with a lot of them over the last few days about that and trying to calm the nerves, to assure them that we will make certain that everyone has the level of security that's necessary.
In its emergency request, the White House expressed support for increased security funding for lawmakers, but left it to Congress to work out details.
It's not just their personal safety. It is really declaring to the nation that we believe that these tasks are hard, that there should be intense debate, that we have very different perspectives.
Members of Congress have faced at least 14,000 threats this year alone. In a phone interview with NBC News this weekend, the president said, "I'd like to see it heal, but we're dealing with a radical left group of lunatics, and they don't play fair, and they never did." Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, whose wife, former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, survived a shooting 14 years ago, says political violence is not a one-sided issue.
We are more divided than we have been probably in my lifetime or yours. And if we don't collectively try to come together to fix it, I think it can get worse.
President Trump says he will attend Charlie Kirk's funeral next weekend. But first, he is set to visit the United Kingdom for a historic state visit beginning on Wednesday. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Bridgewater, New Jersey.
Facebook users are starting to receive payments tied to the social media giant's $725 million settlement related to the Cambridge Analytica scandal. The now closed marketing firm was accused of getting Facebook user information in order to target voters during the 2016 presidential election. Multiple lawsuits were filed against Facebook that claimed the company allowed information to get to third parties without permission. Anyone who used Facebook between May of 2007 and December of 2022 was eligible to file a claim, but they had to do so before August 2023. The settlement was finalized in May. As far as how much a person will receive, it depends on how long they were a Facebook user during the class period. Anyone who has been approved to receive a payout will be notified by email a few days before the money is issued. Now let's go ahead and get a look at your first warn forecast with the meteorologist Blaze Keller. Blaze.
And the northern lights are out this evening. I was just checking the aurora forecast issued by the National Weather Service. It looks like maybe the peak has died down a little bit, but we're still able to see them on the horizon. This was sent by Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. We got the greens, we got the reds there. So a distance above the Earth's atmosphere is where that electromagnetic energy is. If you have any photos, you can scan them there and submit them so others can see the light show this evening if they're not able to get out. You can also leave a photo in our comment on Alex's photo on Facebook as well. We love to also show them off either later tonight within the next maybe 10 more so minutes, or certainly into the day tomorrow. Patchy fog tonight. Thankfully, it's holding off for the light show. Monday, we're looking at cloudier conditions further to the west. That's going to be the same for Tuesday as well. Wednesday onward, that's what we start to get maybe a little bit more of that cloud cover to move further to the east, and we start to say goodbye to these nice warm temperatures for a little bit. Low to mid 80s temperature wise. Again, more cloud cover off towards the west. Not necessarily indicative of an all day rain chance, but we will see the chance for some rain as we go into later parts of Monday. We'll track that out in just a moment. As I mentioned, we're going to be dealing with some fog this evening up towards, say, Fond du Lac, Sheboygan, Manitowoc, maybe some patchy areas everywhere else, but certainly not as widespread as, say, waking up this morning or Saturday morning. There was a look at that cloud cover and that rain activity as we head into Monday afternoon. Again, it's going to be kind of night and day here, depending on where you're at. More sunshine further east, more cloud cover further to the west, but temperatures overall staying in the low to mid 80s, maybe an isolated shower possible for folks there along the Mississippi River, but it's not going to be all day rain, and it is certainly not going to be heavy rain either. We do continue to see that chance for some rain, though, as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday. Those rain chances are mainly going to be off towards the west, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday's chances. It's Friday onward into the upcoming weekend that, again, we're still eyeing a low-pressure system weakening to move through parts of the Midwest and an incoming high-pressure system out of Canada to kind of meet. And so that's when we'll also cool on down as well. But, you know, we typically hold on to the 80s through at least the end of September. We say goodbye to the 70s there just a week or so before Halloween. So these warmer temperatures are certainly not unheard of for this time of year. But definitely, I think a lot of us maybe got a little bit scared that we said goodbye to summer a little bit sooner rather than later. We're getting to that point in the year, though, where we will dip down occasionally, but then we'll warm back up, kind of like this upcoming weekend, upper 60s to low 70s. Until then, we remain warm in those low to mid 80s all throughout most of next week.
Yeah, we'll say I
got a little chill.
I did.
A little scared.
I was ready for us not to be hot.
Yeah.
But it was like I don't want to say 180, but close to it.
Yeah, that was it. I personally liked it. If we had stayed that way for weeks and weeks and weeks, I would have been a very happy person. I like the warmth, but
I was happy I didn't have to turn on the air.
Yeah.
You know, save some money for a little bit.
Yeah, did not do that. I turned on the air. I was a weak baby. Driving home, I had to turn on the heat.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sounds good. Thank you, Blaze. We may have to break out the shorts the next few days. Well, Jefferson, Wisconsin's Gamila Kite Days were back today. Photojournalist Gabe Leistico and Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington take us there.
Hey there, folks. Welcome to the 54th Gamila Kite Days. Come on in. Let's see what's going on inside.
It's a festival for the community. There's plenty of food and drinks down here. It's a 3-day event. This is basically the big party before we finish for the weekend.
They have a bunch of games and stuff at the fairgrounds. Their pretzels are pretty good typically. We have some food trucks outside.
We have competitions on Saturday night, beer stein holding competition for both men and women, and sauerkraut eating contest. There has been years in the past where the ladies especially have ate plates full of sauerkraut.
I had to do it last year. I was more of an honorary participant and not a qualifying participant.
My favorite activities, on Friday night, I like watching the Grand March, which is when all the past kings and queens come out together.
My husband and I were actually king and queen in 2003.
Last year I got to be the queen of the festival.
About 10 years ago, my parents were a king and queen.
In 2023, my parents were chose, so me and my brother were prince.
And we must meet the 54th Gamila Kite Days royalty king and queen, Paul and Rory Eilenfeld. Let's get a couple words from them.
The community can nominate anybody they wish that they think that would make a good king and queen, represent our city. So I think it's important that we're supporting our community and they're supporting us, and being ambassadors is just really important, and it's just quite an honor for us. So we're very excited.
Welcome to the 2025 Gamila Kite Days Parade.
It's just the one parade that the town has that everyone just comes to. And in fact, on Tuesday already, I saw down at the dollar store, someone had roped off their area and had their 2 chairs set up. And usually that happens on a Friday.
I think it's all about celebrating our community, that the German heritage is important to our community, but it's all about fellowship.
I just think it's fun that we all get to come together and do this, and like you said, we all kind of know each other, and I mean, it's fun to introduce new people to it as well, because we all have so much fun with it, so it's fun to see other people enjoy it too.
Just being with everybody at the fairgrounds, it just seems like it's one huge family reunion.
Gabe and Alex, thank you. Quick question. Do you think you have a good idea for an ice cream flavor? Well, now is your chance to make that flavor a reality. Chocolate Shop Ice Cream is holding its Creative Flavor Contest, and tomorrow is your last chance to take part. Until then, you could submit your ideas online at chocolateshop.com or at Chocolate Shop locations in Madison. The top 3 submissions will be voted on by community members. The winning flavor is scheduled to be announced on October 8th. Sales from the winning flavor will help fund the Teen Works program. Last year's winning flavor was apple cider donut. And coming up in sports, the Badgers look to bounce back after their loss against the Alabama Crimson Tide. We hear from head coach Luke Fickell. Saturday, the Brewers were the first team in all of the MLB to clinch a playoff berth. Tonight, they look to carry over that momentum against the Cardinals. We head to the bottom of the 4th, Brewers down 3-0, but that wouldn't last too long. Caleb Durbin gets things going with a solo shot. He cuts the lead to 2. Then in the 5th, Cruz still down 2, but Danny Jansen would respond with another solo shot of his own, and the Crew are back in it. We've got ourselves a game, but unfortunately, That's all the crew would be able to muster on the day. Brewers falls 3-2 is your final. Wisconsin football said it themselves. Their game against Alabama was a measuring stick for their team. And on Saturday, they came up short. The Crimson Tide came crashing down at every turn, beating Bucky 38-14. For Luke Fickell, he knows last year when Bama beat the Badgers, the season kind of fell apart. This time around, they need to regroup and get back after it.
Everybody's sick. Nobody likes to not only lose, but lose the way we did and not perform in any way, shape, or form the way that we had prepared to perform. And so it's tough to be positive in some of those things. But where else do we go, right? I mean, we know that the season really begins now. We got to be able to move forward. We got to be able to get ourselves out of here. We got to be able to get as healthy as we can, and we got to get into league play, and we got to get better.
And while the rest of the NFL played their second game of the season, the Packers sat around soaking up their 2-0 start. In the span of 5 days, the Pack pounded a pair of playoff teams from last season, and they say they're just getting started. For Jordan Love, the start for this squad is exactly what they had planned, but he says they need to keep the pedal to the metal.
We had a goal coming into the season to start the season off fast and build on the things we've done last year. And obviously, I think we got a really good offense. And we've been talking about, the sky's the limit. And obviously, it just comes down to coming out here in the games and executing. We've been doing a good job of just executing and making plays. And we got so many playmakers. We're really deep on offense. And just got to find ways to go out there and, execute against good defenses like them. So, it's one of those things that you just got to show up every Sunday and go make plays. But I think it's just going to keep building our confidence going forward.
That's it for sports. We'll be right back with the final check of your First One forecast. Finally tonight, hundreds of people named Ryan gathered in New York City in an attempt to break a world record. It was part of Rytoberfest, organized by the Ryan Meetup, a group that hopes to break the Guinness World Record for the largest gathering of people with the same first name. To be part of the fun, your full first name in its entirety must be Ryan. No Bryans or Ryans as a last name. However, alternate spellings are acceptable.
I'm surprised that there was only a couple hundred Ryans in New York.
Or from bordering states. Maybe they didn't do a good job of getting the word out, but I feel like that'd be an easy world record to break.
Truly.
Especially if you're doing alternate spellings.
Right. They should have easily closed the chapter on that book and said new record today.
I guess maybe next year. We got to get the Blaze Fest going, though.
Well, that's not going to break any records. 80s tomorrow with some fog in the morning as the kids heading off to school, but we'll be topping out in the low to mid 80s Monday and Tuesday of next week.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Blaze. News 3 Now this morning starts at 4:30. We'll see you there tomorrow.